Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Justina and here I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you through my DIYs. Today, as you see by the title, I have some really cute and super cool summer DIYs for you that will just brighten up your day and hopefully cool you down for this summer. Remember friends, if you are new here, I hope you stick around. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free, and don't forget to click on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you when I upload a new video. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much for returning. I really do appreciate you, and I really hope you enjoyed today's video. So with all that being said, let's just jump right into it and let's art today. For my first DIY of the day, I have this Dollar Tree fall sign that looks like a stack of pumpkins, which are super cute. I had purchased a couple of these, so I wanted to use one for today's DIY. This was the perfect shape that I needed for this DIY. I'm just cutting off the tag on the front. Now I want to make a 3-stacked ice cream cone, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm just flipping the sign over, and the 4th pumpkin is going to become the cone of my ice cream cone. As you see here, I am using some large popsicle sticks to help create the cone shape and look for this DIY. I'm just trying to find the best placement, and then I'm taking a black marker and lining it up at the bottom of my sign and making little marks so I know exactly where to cut when I need to cut it down. Now, if you do not have this particular sign, you can always use another MDF board and just cut out the shapes that you need. Next, I'm going in with a box cutter and lightly scoring the area that I marked down on my sign. I'm bending it a little bit more so that I can just continue making little cuts until it pops off just like this. I also made little marks on my popsicle sticks to see where exactly I want to cut it off so that it makes a smaller cone shape, and I'm just taking a regular pair of scissors and cutting it down to size. Next, I'm taking my hot glue gun and adding beads of hot glue to the outer edges and placing those popsicle sticks right on top to make my cone. As you see here, it was still a little bit too long, so I just took it and cut it down some more and then glued it into place. Next, I am going to paint in my cone, and I'm just using my folk art acrylic paint for this. This one is called Camel. It's just a really light tan and a perfect cone color, which is just going to be for the base. Once that is done, I will then add some detail, and I'm going in with my Posca paint marker for that. I first start going in with my dark brown, and I start outlining the outer edges of my cone, and then I will then add the lines of the cone to mimic a waffle cone look. Now remember, if you do not have Posca paint markers, you can always go in with a darker brown paint color and paint in those lines. I just like to use them because I do have them on hand, and sometimes it's just quicker and easier for me just to use them. Now I'm really enjoying these little DIYs that are themed for this summer. If you are too, don't forget to leave me a comment down below letting me know so that I can keep going with them. After I was done with the cone, I did flip it around so that I can start filling in the ice cream scoops. I'm going in with my faux art acrylic paints in this color pink. It's really light, so I had to do about 3 coats using this color, but if you do prime your area, about 2 coats is all that is necessary. Now, since each layer has a different color, I am next going in with a nice cream color for the vanilla part. This is my folk art home decor chalk paint in the color sheepskin, and I do give it about 2 coats using this paint because it's much thicker and it does adhere down nicely. And for my last ice cream scoop, I'm going in with this really light blue color that is super gorgeous, and I do give it about 2 to 3 coats as well. It is in my folk art acrylic paint set. Now, after that was done and everybody got their coats on, I do set it to the side to dry completely. Now, for this ice cream cone, I wanted each scoop of ice cream to have their own flavor and their own personality. So each little section will have their own little design on it. So I first start going in with a brown Posca paint marker and I start drawing little drips running down the ice cream, and this will become a chocolate syrup for the ice cream. Now at first I wanted this to be like a mint chocolate ice cream scoop, but I wasn't really sure if I was going to like that, so I just opted out and made a chocolate syrup dripping down. Now I'm just filling in that little drippy part with some brown acrylic paint, and once again I do give everything about 2 coats. For the vanilla section of the ice cream scoops, I just wanted to keep it really simple, so I'm just adding a bunch of different sprinkles all over the ice cream scoop in a rainbow effect using all of my Posca paint markers. And for my strawberry section, all I wanted to do was add whipped cream to the top of it. So I'm adding a little bit of white acrylic paint right on top of my ice cream scoop to mimic the whipped cream. Once that had time to dry, I took a step back and I wanted to give each section of ice cream scoops a little cute face. So I took my black Posca paint marker and I started off with the strawberry ice cream scoop and gave it a little squinty happy face. I first went in with the eyes and then I give it a nice cute mouth, still using my black Posca paint marker, because then I go in and fix up any touch-ups that I want to do using some paint and more of my Posca paint markers. I do finish up the face with some rosy cheeks and I fill in my little scoop's teeth with a cream Posca paint marker as well, and then I will continue adding on as I go. Next, for my next scoop, I wanted this to have open eyes but very cutesy. So once again, I'm going in with my black Posca paint marker, making little ovals, and then I will fill it in with my black Posca paint marker. I will also add the smile, just a little basic one like this, and then add some eyelashes to the eyes. I do go in with a white Posca paint marker and give the eyes some highlights so it looks more cutesy. For my last ice cream scoop, once again, I want to give it a nice cute face, so I make rounded eyes and fill it in with my black Posca paint marker. I also want to give this ice cream scoop a smile, but also with its tongue sticking out like if it's licking itself, and then fill in that tongue using a pink Posca paint marker, once again giving it nice rosy cheeks, and then lastly giving the eyes some highlights using a white Posca paint marker as well. To finish up my ice cream scoop, I wanted to give the top a nice cherry topping, so I have one of these foam glittery balls and I'm just hot gluing it right on top to hide that hole, and that completes this DIY. I am super happy how my ice cream cone turned out. It is super adorable. Now you can always add a hanger to the back of it to hang it up like a wreath, or you can just lean it up against the wall like I have it here. Either way, I think it turned out super cute, and I would love to know what you think down in the comment section below. Moving right along to our next DIY, I have another terracotta pot. It is actually smaller than the last one. This one was 99 cents at the 99-cent store, and I think that is such a good steal because this is a really decent size pot. Now you can find these pots at Dollar Tree as well if you do not have a 99-cent store next to you. So you can find these, or even at Walmart. I believe they're around 99 cents as well. First, I'm starting off by sanding down my terracotta pot because this one was a little rough and I want a nice smooth surface. Now, if you have missed my other DIYs, I will link it here in a card for you and in the description box below, where I painted one of these in a little watermelon theme and it turned out super cute. But today we're turning this terracotta pot into an ice cream cone. So like I mentioned before you start painting your terracotta pot, you always want to seal it. These pots are really porous and they are made specifically so that water in the air can get into the plant and give it the nutrients it needs. However, if you are going to paint it, you want to seal it up so your paint doesn't get damaged and start peeling off. I'm starting in with this Rust-Oleum gloss finish paint that I just picked up, and I'm giving it a nice light coat on the outside and on the inside, and then letting that dry completely before painting on it. After that was nice and dry, as you see here, it has this nice glossy finish, which actually helps the paint adhere to it much better also, and it gives it its protection that it needs. So to start off, I'm going in with a light Posca paint marker. I believe this is in the color Cream, and I'm going to give my terracotta pot some melting ice cream on the top, just making little squiggly lines to mimic the ice cream melting down. I did this first to help guide me to where I need to paint my ice cream. Next, I'm going in with a basic acrylic paint in the color Pink and giving it a nice thick layer on to where I made all of those squiggly lines and filling it in. I do give this about 3 coats of paint because once again, this paint is really thin and I want everything to be really opaque. While I am painting on my ice cream, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I really hope you do that today. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free, but don't forget to click on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you when I upload a new video. Plus, I would really love for you to be part of our virtual art family. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button. It really does help out my channel, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you being here. After my paint had time to completely dry, I wanted to make the lines on my ice cream cone on the bottom of my terracotta pot. I first go in with a brown Posca paint marker, but noticed that it was a little bit too light, so then I took some brown acrylic paint and I started painting in the lines. Now, I did go in a diagonal direction and started spacing them out as evenly as possible. Then when I was done with one direction, I then went in the opposite direction, making an X to mimic the ice cream waffle cone. I don't show it, but I didn't like how it turned out, so later on I do paint it all over again and try again. However, just for the purpose of this video, I continue showing the first way I did it. After that was done, I did give some of my ice cream a little bit of details using a bright pink Posca marker, and now I'm filling in the ice cream with a whole bunch of different sprinkles in the rainbow color. I first started with purple, and as you see, I'm doing green here, blue, and etc. I will continue this until I have the whole ice cream covered in sprinkles and to my liking. Once I was done with the sprinkles, I went in with a black Posca paint marker and I outlined the ice cream drips on the ice cream cone. This gives it a much finished look, and I always like to outline some of my artwork. After that, I did fix the bottom part of my ice cream cone, and that completes this DIY. Here is how my ice cream terracotta pot turned out. I absolutely love it. Now, I did paint some of the inside rim with the pink ice cream color and added the sprinkles on the inside as well. I just think it turned out adorable. For our next DIY, I have a gnome makeover. I had this one I purchased at the 99-cent store a while ago. This little gnome is holding a little mushroom, and I thought it fit perfectly with today's theme. I want to turn this little gnome into an ice cream themed gnome. So the first thing I needed to do was remove the labeling and get started. I like to paint all of my gnomes completely white just to give me a blank slate and gives me a clear view of how I want to paint them. So I do give this a nice thick coat using my Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint in the color Sheepskin. After that had time to completely dry, I then started painting the gnome in its ice cream makeover. I saw his hat as the ice cream cone. So as I'm painting the hat in a brown color, I'm just using a basic acrylic paint. I give every section about 2 to 3 coats so that everything is nice and opaque. Now, since the hat is the ice cream cone, I figured the rest of his body would be the ice ice cream itself. So I'm kind of working as if his hat was spilling over into the gnome. Also, the gnome was holding a mushroom, which I want to turn into an ice cream cone. So I painted the little mushroom bottom a brown color as well. So as you see, I am painting all of the gnome's hair in this light pink color. Once again, I give everything about 2 to 3 coats, but this is like the strawberry part of our ice cream cone. Once I was done painting that, I did start working on his boots. Once again, I'm going in this really light blue color that I absolutely love, making sure to get good coverage all along his boots. Then when I was done painting that, I started painting on the gnome's skin. I went in with a nice caramel color, just to fit theme and give it some contrast from the nice pastel colors. For my gnome's outfit, for his shirt and pants, I kept it really simple. I left it completely white so that I can go in with my Posca paint markers and add all of the sprinkles using all of the colors of the rainbow. I think this is super adorable for this little guy. Remember, friends, I do also have an Instagram and Facebook page to show further pictures of all of my DIYs. I would love for you to pop over there and say hello. And if you have made it to this part of the video, thank you so much. I would love to see you put sprinkles down in the comment section below. After I was done with the sprinkles, my gnome's hat seemed a little flat, so I added a cream color Posca paint marker and started adding these lines to mimic the waffle cone look. And lastly, for my gnome's belt, I thought this would be cute for a little drizzle of strawberry jam using my red puffy paint. Then I set this off to dry completely overnight, and that completes this DIY. And I think this gnome turned out so adorable. I did fill in the gnome's eyes. It did take a couple of tries because it started to look weird, but I did the best I could. I would love to know what you think about this DIY down in the comment section below. Well, that is it, friends. Thank you so much for joining me in today's DIYs. I had a blast making each and every one of these. They turned out super adorable. Once again, let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite and if you enjoyed these themed DIYs for the summer. Remember, friends, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you do that today. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free. But don't forget to click on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you every time I upload a new video. Plus, I would love for you to be part of our virtual art family. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button. It really does help out my channel. And don't forget to check out my other socials. All of the links that you need are down in the description box below. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, I will see you in the next one.